Hey!
Whoa. Welcome. Gee, something feels a bit different, doesn't
It
it?
does, eh?
Feels a bit new and a bit fresh. Something's cooking in the kitchen here at 0 to 3 million.
Woo! We had the out today.
We have been. Been on the tools.
Yeah.
Hey, it's one of those things when you're in startup phase, you've got to wear many hats. Today we've been on the tools. It's been quite exciting.
We just bring DIY is another word. I don't know if I like when it gets so close about that.
Oh, something makes you feel like you're just, beautiful thing about being on the tools, and something that reminded me of today is, it's that feeling of like having a beer afterwards. It's something that you just don't, I just don't get from an office job, When you've been on the tools, you got the dust, you've been sweating, it's just you have that craving for a brewy.
Oh, have you spotted the brewski?
There's something about it, I just don't know. There's something different.
The thing about, it's true. It's like, there's nothing like mowing the lawn and then you just go up in the summer. And guess what?
Got the brewies.
Oh, we got the brewies.
So if you haven't caught on, folks, welcome this afternoon, 0 to 3 million. We are celebrating tonight. We are in our brand new world headquarters for 0 to 3 million.
We haven't moved in yet.
Upgrades.
We haven't moved in yet.
So we wanted to have a brewy to celebrate. I know we're all in lockdown, and in true Australian fashion, we thought we'd have a brewy.
Cheers.
Hammer and Tom.
Cheers, Brooksy.
Cheers, Brooksy. Cheers, Nate. So, that's what's cooking in the kitchen. It's pretty exciting times, and if you're trying to work out the brewy, it's called a Hammer and Tong. And if you're worried that we've only got $18 in the bank and you're wondering how we can afford the breweries, well, Hammer and Tongs. Look, one standard drink for $1.10.
It's pretty good. I went up there. Where the Liquorland sells it, and I saw it there. $36 for a carton of 10.
30 cans.
And I'm not a big drinker. I'm not what you could consider a connoisseur. And I couldn't believe it. It's good stuff.
It's great stuff. Especially
stuff.
when you've had a day on the tools. Got our new lighting. Got all these different little things going on, and we've been knuckling away. And look at our beautiful 2.4 metres worth of
reach across it, Brooksy.
glorious whiteboard.
It's epic. And hey, the other thing to throw in there is Russell Gowrie and his lighting, mate.
Yes, I forgot to tag him, but I will tag him.
Oh, you did?
Gowrie, yes.
He's been honest about that lighting for a while now, hasn't he? He's been chasing.
What's he been saying about our lighting?
Well, it's fair enough. I think it's pretty much a makeup light that you had at your joint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very it was a very early days, got the job done kind of lighting set up at the last world headquarters. This one I feel we're onto something, but I do feel that we get to tweak a little bit too, and I don't think we've quite nailed it, but we've got we're day 47 today, so we've got somewhere around 320 odd days to get it sorted. So
this lighting, I've got to say though, I feel a little bit like I need to have some sun cream on.
It's a bit brighter. It's actually making me look a lot browner. Actually, I'm quite happy with
Really?
it. I think
Back a bit, getting in the light.
that's where being sun smart and wearing your hat indoors, outdoors, everywhere you go.
Are you saying that I should have worn me out?
Well, you get to do whatever you get to do, boo. You do you, boo.
Okay, I will. I'll do that.
What have we been up to, Nathan?
We've been up to so much
We've been
stuff.
up to so much. We've had a lot going on.
You wouldn't think there's a lockdown, would you? But I mean, we've been responsible inside the lockdown. We've been on the tools, doing some inside work.
We do want to actually, on that note, before we do jump into anything that we're going to talk about, even though we don't know what we're going to talk about, I just want to presence that we do take the anything that we say around coronavirus or anything about the lockdown, we want to let you know that we both do take it very seriously. We've been extremely responsible in the areas that we can be. A classic example is we did take the hobnobs to an event yesterday. However, we were responsible enough to make sure that we actually didn't hand out any hobnobs. We just had them there for photo opportunities.
Oh yeah, we weren't. They're in their hermetically sealed container.
and hand sanitizing. We're up to all the things. We're being responsible. So we just wanted to presence that anything that we do talk about or any events that we are attending, we are making sure that we do all our research and everything before we go and make a calculated assessment.
I think it's important at this time to have as much fun as we can.
Yeah.
While also being responsible.
Yeah.
Fun and responsible.
Yeah.
Brooksy.
Just having a brewing.
I could go with being fun and responsible. And fashionable.
That isn't
Modelling
that
contract. Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot about this. This is epic, Nikki
Well,
Ellis. I love
you
you,
forgot
woman.
about it.
I haven't forgotten about it. Nikki
What was
Ellis just threw up on the Insta yesterday about me, considering getting a modelling contract. So I just reached out to Naomi and said, "Who does modelling? What do you reckon?" She's like, "For sure."
So when are
She
you
said-
having that meeting? Sunday or something, are you?
I don't know whatever day it is, but she said to me, "Are you okay with fake eyelashes and high heels?" So I'm not quite sure whether I got to turn up to the meeting with fake eyelashes and high heels on, or they come I'm supplied them on the day.
I don't know. Well, are we splitting the cost here or what? Is it modelling?
I don't know, we didn't talk about it.
towards 0 to 3 million. I reckon there's $1 million in it.
You reckon?
Well,
I mean, I'm pretty hot, you know. You ask Nikki. She seems to think I'm.
I reckon it'll be-
Naomi.
I think we've got our wires crossed. I reckon it must be some sort of like IT technology kind of modelling contract.
Come on,
modelling
there's no way.
modelling airplanes or something like that. I think we've got our wires crossed there.
Nah.
I'm not saying you're not a good-looking man, but I just think that your talents lie elsewhere.
Like Nikki said, she said the bag and me, and they just really
Brings out the colour in your eyes.
It does.
doesn't
It
it, that bag?
does. That bag
Yeah.
is just. Does my eyes bring up the colour in the bag?
Well, geez, I don't know.
Hey?
I don't know. The whole box and dice.
So what are we talking about?
Mate, Jim Urquhart. Now, I want to talk about
yeah.
Jim Urquhart. This is an absolute belter, and this is a cracking idea. It's called Plugger Insurance. How good's this, right? Classic Australian stuff. Plugger Insurance. Essentially, the idea comes from Jim, with 95% of the rest of the Australian population. Hot summer's day, you're in your pluggers, thongs, jandals, whatever you want to call them, on the beach, and you have a blowout. There's nothing worse, is there?
I don't know if there's any Aussie that hasn't had a blowout.
I think it's something that everyone can relate to.
On the hot sand it hurt.
Oh.
And you got to run. You get
Hot sand, or when you're on like carden duty, you got the carden, the beer on the shoulder, and you're walking back from the beach to the hotel unit or something, when you're on holiday, and your plugger just chooses to blow out. And like I've seen blokes with like a couple of kids hanging around them as well, and they're trying to get back, plugger blows out. So Plugger Insurance, what is it and how does it work? Is essentially Jim Urquhart has come out with the idea of the breadcrumb. Now, I don't think this is a new idea, which is the breadcrumb tags. The tags that are on the bread bags. You use those to basically put it. There's a photo in the group if you want to check it out. Photo underneath the part that holds the plugger together. Where it comes interesting, Plugger Insurance, his idea was to get like a card made up, right? Like an FPOS card, okay? With a number of these clips inside of it that you can put inside your wallet. You might pay $2 or $3 for it at the surf shop. And then, whenever your plugger blows out, you pull out your wallet.
Your plugger insurance.
You got your Plugger Insurance.
That's epic,
And what you do is you plug out one of your clip things, like what the iPhone things come in, right? Chuck it in your plugger. Plugger Insurance.
I think
it's
it's a great idea. You know what's interesting about
Jim
it?
Urquhart, we're going to chat about it.
The bread clips, pretty much all bread clips manufactured. Well, now I didn't read this when I saw the Plugger Insurance. He just wrote that up before. I like to read random stuff. I read a lot of random stuff.
Yeah.
The company who invented the bread clip is still owned by the family still owns that company, and the guy invented it when he wanted to clip up his nuts on a plane ride, back when the dinosaurs were roaming the planet, and they still own it, and they still own it, and they manufacture pretty much all the bread clips on the planet. The ones, the plastic ones.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So we could just go and contact the family and say, hey, we've got a new product, Plugger Insurance.
Plugger Insurance.
Yeah.
How about that? Let us know. Are we hot or are we cold? Did I see? Oh, Russell Gary's on
Hey,
there.
Russell, how's our lighting, buddy?
Hope
Hey?
our lighting's an upgrade for you. Hope we're open to all your feedback on it, mate.
Look, I've got to say, Russell, if there's any more, I think I'm gonna need to wear my hat all the time.
It was a beautiful way that he did put it and present it to us. It just got brighter, didn't it?
It's your hat, mate. It's smacking with the light.
Smoking with the light. Oh, geez, these hats, I tell you, they just bring out all the golden moments. But Russell's way that he communicated it to us was so great. He was like, sort out your lighting. Those things, those lighting things are made for makeup artists, and you're beautiful enough already. So
Well-
that plus getting asked about your modelling contracts, there's something cooking here.
I know, mate. I reckon I'd go well with the.
There's a bit of heat in the kitchen.
Maybe I could take the light home.
We had an incredible event yesterday that we went to. We went and took the hobnobs along. This was cool. I had a great day. It was at the Key Person of Influence event. The governing body of that, I believe, is called DENT.
Yeah, that's it.
Dent.
Yeah.
And the program is called Key Person of Influence. Mike Clark was the facilitator. Absolute epic day. What I loved about them is essentially they are helping traditional people that have succeeded in traditional business show up and be present in online and marketing, so that way they can spend more time on their business rather than in the business and diversify. And they had a couple of the people from the program speak, didn't they? Jeez, some bloke that sells commercial fans kept our attention for 40 minutes.
I know it's got to be the most boring. Like really, it's not that exciting. A fan.
Yeah, I don't know if we can call it
I don't know
boring,
if it's exciting.
a commercial fan isn't exciting, but the way it was delivered and the way that he's completely flipped the script was very, very, very interesting.
Yeah, it was boring. I'm going with boring. I don't care what you think. I thought the commercial fans are boring, but
Yeah,
the way he did it was
the way
epic.
he did it. That's what I'm saying.
mate.
But he kept our attention.
Yeah, like there was this PDF that he created. It was so interesting. Like, why would you actually
Yeah.
ventilate your business? And it was epic. Like the lateral thinking that this KPI program had created for this guy, and then given him like what he actually sells and how to communicate that was just so exciting.
Yeah.
Like this guy, I was just sort of enthralled. Like as a numbers dude, I guess I do get. I mean, I haven't even had to do the numbers for the old hammer and tongs.
Yeah.
You know, I got to. I was just
It's
excited.
$1.10 a can if you want to know.
Yeah, yeah. And that is minus the 10-cent rebate. So and then we got Bo. Not Bo.
Yeah,
that was Bo. That was Bo.
He was epic.
Yeah.
Big kudos to him. Like what he came up with was phenomenal.
Yeah. And then we got Carl from Xenix Diamonds.
Yeah, Carl's in.
He wrote a book. What's
Jeez,
it called?
didn't he present himself well?
Oh, he
Jeez,
was
always in
schmick,
his schmick. I've seen him a few times around a few different events,
Do you reckon he was a Smickers
and
man?
he's consistent.
I don't know if he was a Smickers man. I'm pretty
It's
fashionable.
not, no.
Nah.
This modelling contract's gone straight to your head, mate.
What do you mean? What do
It's
you
gone straight
mean?
to your head. But yeah, I thought it was epic, and
Rock Her World was a
Rock
book.
Her World. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the name of Carl's book, and I thought it was really well done. Basically, he talked to us how he's used his book to basically, it's like the how-to guide for people that need to want to buy engagement rings or certain rings. So rather than, if people are inquiring in their store or online, he just sends them a copy of the book. Then it basically answers all the questions. So then when they do come back to buy the ring, it's actually just about getting the ring sorted. So
I know nothing about rings. So I thought that was epic.
thought it was great.
43,000 words, he said.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing event.
It's
And
awesome
he actually talked about how he wrote the book. It was an hour a night for 30 days.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Yeah.
phenomenal, if you ask me.
Yeah.
And KPI was epic. Definitely recommend. Look,
He got a book. You can read the KPI book. It's
Yeah.
supposed to be awesome. I don't know if we could
Key
afford.
person of influence.
I don't know if you could afford the budget in the
Look,
$80 budget. It was a bit
it's
more. It
it's
was a
not
bit
quite
out of
about
our
budget yet. But
Yeah.
however, I did think, I personally did feel that when we did see the value of the program with the price match to it, I thought it was a pretty good deal.
Well, I thought it was a good value.
I've seen a lot of training programs a lot more expensive than that for a lot of stuff.
Oh,
So
sure.
it was epic. Definitely a day well spent, and we met some amazing people. We actually met up with a doctor yesterday,
Oh, we did too.
and Nathan spoke about something to her that's very close to his heart, and we are working on it behind the scenes, and we're going to present it to you when the time is right.
That's for Taylor Stewart.
Yeah, Taylor Stewart.
That's for Taylor Stewart. So, Taylor, if you're watching,
Yeah,
we've got a contact for you. She's
Yep.
this epic doctor who's written this book about
Yep.
mindfulness and stuff about, I don't know, she's an
She was
oncologist.
epic.
Yeah, she was epic too.
She's
Yeah.
like a surgeon, and she's delved into all these other things.
So if Russell hasn't got a complaint, we can tick Russell and his lighting thing off the board.
There's a little bit of talk. I reckon there's a lot of talk around a delivery service of some sorts with coronavirus at the moment. I know
That's
we're trying to
Karina.
say.
That's Karina.
Karina, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we definitely can crunch some numbers around that. I know
think
we
so?
are, yeah. Oh, I reckon, well, it's
It gets my
you know how sometimes, like for me, if you see things 3 times, then it's screaming at you to maybe do something about it. And we just saw something before we jumped on live today about the same thing. So maybe it's time to have a look at it.
I don't know if I want to do the numbers. I just want to get to the nerdy bit. The nerdy bit's so exciting. I get to
Isn't
do
it?
robotics. Like, look, Brooksy, have you seen the drone? I had to show. Look, I've prepared one earlier. Brooksy, you have to move over the other side, buddy, because this is a little bit big. This fella.
We've definitely gone over our 6 minutes.
Oh, yeah,
Could tell you
Brooksy.
that much for free.
Brooksy talks too much. Look,
Trishy, there you go.
Green, here's one I prepared earlier. This is like a flying one. Just not quite big enough for a pizza. But
Maybe we'll do that tomorrow. I've got an idea for that actually. Let's do that
I
tomorrow.
do, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, right.
I've got an idea.
Oh.
We're actually going to do that. So tomorrow we're going to come back to you and we will crunch the numbers on that puppy.
I think I look better on this side. This is my good side, this side.
Oh, man, it's all about you
Oh,
tonight.
yeah, mate. I've got a modelling contract.
It's all about Nathan Hearn
Oh,
tonight,
yeah.
eh? Can you guys hearing it?
yeah.
I'm bloody hearing it. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update of where we're at. We've been up to a whole bunch of stuff. Really exciting news. We have been asked by the government to come and meet with them. Which part of it? Advanced Queensland?
Yeah, we can talk about that. We got to organise the details. We've got to all do it after the coronavirus. So we just organise some details
So it's
now.
looking like it's going to be May, when that's going to be around party crashes, and well, essentially the beautiful part about it is it can be around. If we come up with more than just one idea,
Oh,
we
yeah.
can go with them all.
Yeah.
So we're definitely getting some interest from them. Which
I
is
know what
pretty
that program
exciting.
looks like because I've mentored at that before.
Yep.
I've been one of the dudes who sits on. Been on
Yeah,
the other
you're on the
side.
other side of
That's
the
not
fence.
so good, eh? I've been there on the other side a couple of times.
I think that's pretty much
We
it.
can come back tomorrow and sort the rest out. Well, and we got to qualify. This is not our new sign.
No,
We get Brooksy, your hat's in the way.
we're getting a new.
We've got to get a new sign now that we're up with a big board. This is 2.4 metres of glory.
What I've just realised right now, I've had a quick download. We need to jump on and do these updates more often because we have gone well over our 6 minutes and we're just throwing you every single update that we've been up to. That's awesome. I know, but go and
Rightio, well, we're back
Containers
later.
have changed.
No, you're not allowed to talk about it anymore, Brooksy. Good evening. Thank you.